Well, hello, and welcome back to you guys. Hope all has been well. Let's get on to it. So then, I did collect a couple of remains there from the Hawks and the Spitters. I'll add a small clip of that inside. And then I did start to switch off some of the miners over here, because we are gonna move everything around today. But then I also want to mention something. If you guys ever feel that there's something you don't like about the video, please do let me know, because I would like to get the feedback and improve on where I can. And also I will be building up a much better PC in order to get everything looking so much better. But for now it is what it is, and I'm soldering on. So there's going to be a couple of things I want to do. It's going to be unlock hub progress. There's a couple of things that I already done ahead of time, because in the previous episode I said that you can unlock more than one thing, and I just never ended up doing it. So I will be doing it in this episode to show you guys how, and then we'll get the building needs that I want to get before I start setting up smaller factories, go and scout a new iron mine, and set up reinforced plate production. So those are the things planned ahead. Let me show you guys where I collected everything, and let's get this started. Don't do that much damage though, do you? So this is going to be a normal coal node. Where's the other one? May as well just come and check them out real quick before we go in there. And also a normal. So that's 120 coal that we can get a minute. So we can get a couple of those coal generators set up not too long from now. Will be in a couple of episodes. If you prefer jumping this way. If you hit it just right, you don't even slide. So here's our friendly Hawks. Another 2 Hawks over this side, and I think there's a couple more over there by the courts. Okay, will you guys stop running a bit, please? Okay, that was a big bump. So I need to be a little bit more careful. Come on, one down. Yeah, he's still coming to me. Oh, bugger. Just stay away there, buddy. Don't come back to the hub. Okay, well, we got a decent amount of health again, but getting really concerned. This guy's following me back all the way. I never knew they did this. But I can take advantage of the machines in order to hide over here. Oh, bugger. Just get this way. I'm chased by a Hawk. Just jump up here. Okay, let me get some health, and then I'm gonna have to deal with this guy. Where is he? And this change of season, I'm still not feeling all too well, so if I don't sound myself through the episodes, I do apologize for that. Couple of things in the MAM first. I want to get this inflated pocket dimension, then go over to power slugs. We're gonna get our first unlock. Then we have to make one of these, what are they called? Go over to our crafting bench, power shard. So I do need to make one of this in order to get the unlock for the, oh, where was it now? Over there. For the overclocking and underclocking of machines, because we will be using this during this episode. Also get the search for the slugs. Might be a good idea. Then let's go over to alien organisms. We're gonna need this in order to get the tickets in. Another thing that I want to do, I want to get the conveyor walls. And I think it's the concrete skin for the floors and the walls as well. That's just gonna help save a lot of material. Then now we need to make the proteins in order to get the next unlock. And with the proteins made, we can do this bioorganic properties, and that's gonna be the last thing that I wanna unlock for now within the MAM. The next up is gonna be hub progress. I just wanna get a couple of these made real quick, because they do give you a lot of tickets in the start, and I think I'm gonna need around 15 or 16 in order to get everything that I do want to collect. You know what, why don't I start this up? Okay, so you come to your first milestone, you select it, then you press the launch button. Our little ship over here is gonna lift off.
Milestone reached. More complex assembly of parts can now be automated. Project assembly parts can now be constructed and sent up via the space elevator. Note: project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
Alright, so with that done, if you don't want to listen to Ada speaking, you can just skip ahead a couple of seconds in between. Then you go to obstacle clearing. It's going to be the second one. I already loaded everything. You can press launch again. So even though that
Milestone
guy is
reached.
gone, we can still get
Biofuel
our
will
unlocks.
ensure maximum
Just a much
efficiency of
quicker way of
biomass
doing
burners.
it.
To aid in biofuel production, you are now capable of removing foliage that consists primarily of wood. Additionally, R&D inflated your pocket dimension.
Oh, there we go. Even more space in our inventory now. Looking good.
Milestone reached. You have been given early access to the Anti-Waste Effort for Stress Testing of Materials on Exoplanets bonus program. Funneling parts into the awesome resource sink depending on...
I was so sorry that I had to skip that little part there. The dog was going crazy
Milestone
outside.
reached. Improved versions of conveyor belts and conveyor lifts are now accessible. To encourage additional verticality, conveyor poles now have a stackable variant.
Good. So all we need to do is get this awesome shop. Don't connect the conveyor like that. Do it properly. Then let's come and add in all of the alien DNA. Do the motor. Got so much of this that I can make, so I'm gonna drop some of that crystal in there. Or the quartz and the silica. I think that should be it for now. So all we need to do is get this guy connected up to power. Just do it from over there. And while I'm doing that, I tried to connect another pole in there, but I didn't get it right. It's because you have to switch over to a pole, connect it there, and then drag it out to where you want. So at least now I know how to do that as well. Let's gonna see how many tickets we can get over here. Now then, just to add our little awesome shop over there, we managed to get 15 tickets on the dot. Hope that's gonna be enough. Did I grab it? Let me just make sure. Yes, I did. Okay, good. So we can get this broken down again. We don't need it. Then inside here, let's come and take a look. There's a couple of things that I will definitely be needing. There's floor hole conveyor one, as well as the one to connect them to the walls. Then over here we're gonna need the conveyor walls, our doors. I'm not gonna bother with anything else for the moment. We'll skip the roofs and all of those. Concrete, foundation material, and also for the walls. That is something I will definitely be needing. And there we go, on the dot, 15 tickets. So that's gonna help out quite a bit. I'm gonna have to break down everything over here, and then we'll get to work starting to build, I think, the iron factory first. Now then, in the first part I forgot to take away this X mark when I was recording the part there from taking out the creatures, and then I forgot to put it back on again. Wait a minute, there's another one we completed as well. Alright, so that is going to be 2 down, and we got 1 more to go. Set up starter factory sections. So then how do I want to do this? I'm most likely going to need this lookout tower thing. Let's just see if I can get you placed down somewhere that's not going to be in the way though. Let's just try this. Almost missed it. Place away our tool. Not going to be needing it. Right, so where do I want my foundations to be? That is going to be the big question. Do not want it clipping all the way in there. Maybe if I just place it like this, it should be fine. Then from there we're going to select the zoop mode. Just bring it out a couple of blocks. I'll take a look at what I can do there. Maybe I'll place the door somewhere along that edge over there. So that should be a little bit overkill, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see if I can jump down without hurting myself. Unfortunately not. Okay, so now we're gonna need our miner over there. Get you facing towards this side. Then how do I want to do this now? I'm gonna have to add a door around here somewhere just to get into the building. Got the zoop motors on. Then let's go over to our normal wall. Only need 1 high over there, just 1 that side. Then if we go over to this walled conveyor one, we're only going to need a single one to lead into the workshop over there. Now this is going to be the interesting one. Am I going to use a lift or not? I think I'm going to do that. How do you do this? You select the Alt button and then you can scroll around. So that's not facing the right way. It needs to go inward. That's fine like this. Then now I need to bring this out somewhere in line with this now. It's not going to allow me to snap properly the way I want to, but doesn't really matter. Just need a nice little bend over here. Right, now that's going to lead towards the inside over there. Let's go jump back up this side. So this is where the interesting thing is going to come in. I'm going to use a lot of those conveyors, and I use the splitters along with that in order to do my building. It's just the way I prefer to do it. So this guy needs to be placed exactly there in the middle. I'm going to bring it forward, I think a bit one more. It's not really going to matter too much. Then we can add this. We can always connect a rail there at the back, depending on how much space I have. Unless I can move the door forward even one more block. Doesn't really look that way. I can change the door to over there. I'll take a look at what I can do. Otherwise, I'll just block this off completely and not even use it. Right, so back to our conveyors over this side. I'm going to need to add one over there. Same thing with this. Then now we need to go over to our splitters. This one right across from the wall connection. We're going to allow it to go straight inside there. Split out towards this side, so it's going to need to go facing that way. Then if you add your conveyors right in there, a nice little clean section, and it doesn't use up a lot of space at all. Then coming towards the front side, we're going to use our conveyor lifts again, leading out. So I want the connections to run alongside the wall, so I can have this space open in order to run about. So then for now we're going to need to get the mergers. Which way do I want you to face outside? Depending on how much of a curve I can put on this wall over there. So just for safety I'm going to place it like that for now. And this one needs to lead in towards this side over there. Right, so all of this is going to collect up. And then you can hold down left control and C, and then left control and the B. Copy and paste your settings. Just need to be close enough. Right, so that's going to be it for our smelters. I'm definitely going to need to get rid of you though. Where is my foundations? I wonder how much space I'm going to have out towards this side. It doesn't really look like much. It's just a small little place to get all of my production running for the moment. So then over on this side, we are definitely going to need one constructor for steel plates. Another one, come on, just snap next to it please. Right over that side. One for the rods and one for the screws. We're gonna balance everything out with the amount of ingots that we're gonna get, and I'm still gonna run this so that it eventually fills up on its own. Just want to get everything neat and working without any kind of issues. So then the thing is this working correct? Does look like it's perfectly in line over there. The conveyor lifts on this side. Then we're going to need to go back to our splitter. You need to go in the correct direction. Which way are you facing now? I think that's going to be correct, and then from there it needs to split out towards this side and again like this. So all we need to do is just connect up our conveyors. It's so much cleaner when you do it like this, and much easier to do the splitting and merging if you want to be working in a confined space. So this is going to be alternative cost screws. I don't need to get 50 per minute. I need to bring this down a bit. See, that's going to take 20. How much is this going to require then? I think I need to get ingots in this in order to get the production set, because I want to try and get this up to 15, so it might even need some overclocking though. Then the machine right next to it is going to focus on our rods, then the other one is going to do our steel plates. And now to get this guy connected up to power somewhere, I just want to do a temporary connection like this, because we're going to get that wall connection and use that, because it just looks so much better connecting everything up to a roof. So where can I place you? Get you just in line with that. Hopefully it's not clipping with a conveyor belt. Doesn't really look that way. Get you placed over there and just over this side. So now I just need to connect everything up, get it turned on, and we'll get a quick idea of this production, how it's going to work out and how long it will take to fill up. Right, so all of those are done. Let's just bring the connection out like this for now. Just a temporary connection. So I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes for everything to start up and let's take a look then. Alright, so in the meantime the production did start up. I'm just gonna have to come and get everything into these containers over here. So I'm just gonna make a small little place for now. This is only to gather up our starting material. So the rods are already up to 60, 140 on the screws over there and 82 on the steel plate. So everything is really running good. But for now we're gonna have to fix this thing. I'm gonna have to figure out how do I want to do this. So I want to get this one connected over that side. Then from there it's gonna have to bend inwards. So this one is incorrect, I think. Let's go back to our belt over there, get the curve. Then let's see, where can I place you without snapping inside there? So you go directly across, then you go back. Normally it's 2 steps. 2, but that's too close for me in order to do it then. Oh, you cheeky bugger. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this corner correct then. Because that is not the way I want it. Don't snap onto it already. I'm going to have to find another way to get this guy connected. But if we go over to our... which one? Maybe I should do this. Because we can use this one to go up and then turn in towards there. I'm just going to place it like this for now, just to start storing them up. Then from that side, this is going to have to go into the middle part. So can we get a little S section going over here? Not on too much of an angle. I'm not really gonna see this. I'll do it much more properly when we start making bigger and bigger factories over there. Okay, so that's gonna be it for the rods. We've got the one for the screws. So this one I can take out and connect up towards a wall. Keep pressing control, getting that it's actually Alt that you have to press in order to get your bar to scroll over. Let's get that one placed on there, come back inside. Now then, do I want to do this using a lift, or am I just going to be using normal conveyors? Let's take a look. I think I might actually use a lift for this. That means I'm going to have to add another layer of wall over there. That's going to give me an idea of how far I want to expand everything upwards. So from there we can go over to... gonna need to add this one first. So then going from this side, reconnect you out there. Okay, that's gonna be too much of an angle. Why on earth would it look so weird? Okay, there we go. Then from there we just connect you up towards that side, and that's gonna give us enough space, except for this small one over there. So we can basically still run across everything. Screws are collecting up, rods are fine. I still have enough on me. Now I just need to wait for our steel plates in order to reach here. And then from there we're gonna start up with our concrete first. Oh, there comes the steel plate. Okay, good. So everything is working. I'll close everything off at a later time when we get that connections for the power ports on the walls. No, let me do the concrete first. I think this is going to be more important. Let me just break down everything. So then also for those who might not know, if you... let me just get the correct wall. If you hold down control looking at a wall, you can replace it with a different one depending on what you need. So I think that's going to be it for placing down the structure. I just skipped it a bit because I'm running a bit low on time unless I extend the episodes. But let's go over to that one. That's gonna give me a nice curve. Oh, that looks so much better. Alright, coming back towards the inside over here. Now I'm gonna have to place down my 2 constructors and also get them split up. So is there gonna be enough space for them though? I did not make sure about that. Let me see. If I add one over this side, I might even have to extend the building over here. Because I do not want them to be too close to one another. Is that going to be on center or off center though? Yeah, that's off center. Okay, let me just get this thing placed correct then. think it might be a little bit difficult. So if I get you over this side, just get the correct block. I think it was over here it's supposed to be now. Let's just take a look. Is that line gonna be perfect? Oh, looking so much better then. Okay, good. So over to our splitter, because it needs to come in from outside, going to here. This is going to be limited to 15, which we have at 45. So I do not need 15. Oh, wait a minute, it should be at 15 per minute, because the other one also gets 15. No, I'm gonna have to take a look again at what I'm thinking of, because clearly I'm a bit mistaken there on my calculations, but we'll get them correct, don't worry about it. And also, if you press Alt and middle mouse button, you can select your constructors and whatever you were looking at. Let me just get some of this cut down, because I do not want things sticking around the outside. Get you down as well, so I'll extend it a bit. But for now I just need to get this production running again. So you need to go over there, leading into another splitter from over that side. Just get the belt connected up. Looking good. Everything is working out nice today. I still have to do my connection points, but that will have to wait a bit until I can get the correct thing unlocked. Just bring you out towards this side and bring you around here and connect you up to this pole. Alright, so that should be it for concrete as well. So nice to see everything working. Really good. Okay, let's get a door inside of this. Then I'll just figure out what am I going to do with the walls over here. Let's just bring it out one more. I'll move that pole so it's not going to be a massive problem. Let's just switch over to the walls now. Get you 2 blocks high. I'll add a little curve and extensions on the outside of the building to make it look better. But for now I think this will have to do. So I do hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We got 2 of our little mining factories set up and working. And hopefully the copper will be there in the next one, along with the reinforced plates. We'll definitely have the components ready for that. So hope to see you there in the next one. Alpha Blazed out.